basically he was dealing with the petrodollar, which used to be called the reserve. What is it called? Reserve currency. What is that called in the Bretton Woods conference? The reserve currency. I'm missing a word in that statement. The world reserve currency. Right. So, in other words, anybody that trades things from nation to nation, you got to convert your money into Federal Reserve notes. And that's why they invaded Iraq. Because Saddam Hussein, he saw that the dollar was getting weak. So he said, I'm only going to trade oil. No, he said it in euros. Because euros became stronger than the dollar. Yeah. So that's why they attacked him. Right, you know? Yeah, he didn't want to deal with the dollar. And what Gaddafi did was, he said, I'm going to set up a new money system with the African and Arab nations, and it's going to be based on gold. He actually had gold pieces. And that was called the, what the hell was that called? I was going into it the other day.
Yeah, that's one of the reasons.
Go ahead.
No, what I was going to say, that's one of the reasons they got rid of Gaddafi. Gaddafi basically was trying to destroy the cash cow of the elites.
Yeah, because you know how much money they would have lost to convert the Federal Reserve note into gold?
Yeah.
Same thing with child residence. You know all the, what's the station, the zip code stations? That's all oil from Venezuela. Yep. And he didn't want to play ball with it, you know?
Yeah, really?
The gold did not. And when he announced that, that's all of a sudden they made him a bad guy. Prior to that, he came a couple years before that, he came to the UN. So all of a sudden, a year or two later, he becomes like the worst guy on the planet. He didn't want to play ball with him. That's why they took the country down.
Wish they had set up that guy anyway, so he didn't want to play ball, he got uppity. So they said, look, we're going to remove him and set up this regime. That's all. That's what they do. That's why these devils got to go into slavery.
That's why you got to learn money, man. People don't even know what real money is, and we always go into that, man. When you read about, I believe it's Genesis 14, it's either Genesis 14:1 or Genesis 13, or Genesis 14:1, about Abraham and the riches that he had. I believe it's Genesis 14:1.
Genesis chapter 14, verse 1. And it came to pass in the days of Amraphel, king of Shinar.
Go to 13.
This is Genesis chapter 13, verse 1. And Abraham went up out of Egypt, he and his wife, and all that he had, and Lot with him into the south. And Abraham was very rich in cattle, in silver, and in gold.
Did you hear that? He didn't have stacks of money. Like in the movie I Am Legend, remember you went into that warehouse and there was stacks of money in there because the money had no more value to it. Real money is silver and gold. He had cattle. If he had cattle, he had to have land. Then his money system was silver and gold. So that never changed. Job. He's gonna read the scripture. He's gonna read the scripture and we're gonna close it out.
All right, Leviticus 19:35. You shall do no unrighteousness in judgment, in meat yard and weight or in measure. A just balance, a just weight, a just ephah, and a just hand shall you have. I am the Lord thy God which brought you out of the land of Egypt. Therefore you shall observe all my statutes and all my judgments and do them. I am the Lord.
You can't weight paper. Paper is paper, no?
Yeah.
That's not money.
They call it a dollar. A dollar is a weight of measurement.
When somebody says a dollar, you say a dollar of what?
A dollar of what?
Like in Mexico, it's a measure of weight.
Yeah.
In Mexico, it's called a peso. What does the word peso mean?
Weight.
It means weight, pound. In England, a pound of what? A dollar of what? You know?
So if there's nothing back in the money, what's a dollar of?
Exactly.
People don't even know that. That's it, right?
Let him read the scripture, then we're going to close on that.
Job 42:12. So the Lord blessed the latter end of Job more than his beginnings, for he had 14,000 sheep and 6,000 camels and 1,000 yoke of oxen and 1,000 she-asses.
That's real.
That's real wealth. And you got to have land. If you have that much cattle, where you going to put the cattle? In your living room?
That's why
promised us a land overflowing with
shepherds and Abraham shepherds.
They were fighting over the land, over space, you know?
That's the land.
That's the next level.